that's the best way, really. You get
well, the last one I listened to, the guy sounded so intelligent. I was like,
which one was that? Was it James?
Yes.
Donnelly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I could speak about bread for like 3 hours.
I find it varies heavily of what people want to talk about and what people are able to talk about.
Yeah.
But I like that. I like just kind of figuring out as we go along kind of what we do and all that kind of stuff. And because I have a lot of, obviously, creative people, we end up discussing art quite a bit. But I've done podcasts on dogs. There's just one about adopting dogs for a while.
Okay. Was that by any chance with like Liz?
No, that was with my friend Jem. She adopts dogs and like fosters them.
Oh, okay.
Because I think they're Romanian dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they ship them over. She fosters them, and then they get
that's
moved
cute.
to the family because they've got like a massive dog problem in Romania or something.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah. But yeah, she did that, so we just chatted about dogs for a while. I think the one I did the other week, we chatted about just getting old.
Oh, okay, cool. So, cause when you said topic, I was like, oh god, like.
People panic when I say topic, and I'm like, it can literally be anything. Welcome to Yellingatconcrete podcast.
Hello.
We've got Shann with us. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah.
I was worried about that actually.
Oh, it's just
someone was. It's like, is it Shann?
Yeah, but like it's Shannon, but I just prefer
Okay,
Shann. I just kind of adopted it when I was at uni.
I'd classify you as an artist.
Yeah.
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 The banner you go under.
Yeah. Artist, illustrator, general drawer, person.
Because I got thinking the other day, because my usual first question is, how long have we known each other?
We've known each other for other people, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've met on and off like probably about 3 or 4 times, but I've heard about you obviously through like Nathan, Mel, and then obviously your art being a like Angel and everything. But I don't even know.
It's one of those like classic ones of we've known each other, but we haven't known each other.
Yeah.
We've never spoken.
I think the first time we spoke was like the other week after I was at Roma, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'd been to
Crash Cop,
yeah,
and then came across, and then we've been chatting at Roma. But we'd met at Witter,
yeah,
where you'd had your art doing your art
yes.
things, which was your first stall, I remember.
Yes, I was terrified.
How was that?
It was terrifying. Everything went wrong last minute. Basically, I was planning on doing loads of screen printing, and my emulsion was out of date.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had to run over to a printing shop and be like, please. And they were like, when do you need it for? I was like, 5. It was 3 o'clock. And they were like, you're an artist, aren't you? I was like, yeah. No, it went really well. I got overwhelmed by the amount of support. I was a bit like, when I got home, I had a bit of a cry because I didn't know what to do with all the emotion that happened. And then, I don't know, like, Witter has just blown up.
Yeah.
Like my Instagram and everything, it's been really weird. I'm not used to like sharing and carrying my art. I grew up with it being quite private, and then obviously when I came to uni, it was like, oh, let's walk around the room and show everyone what I've been doing, and I'm like, oh, I might just close my sketchbook.
Yeah. I know that feeling. Yeah. No, I think it's one of those things because I remember. I mean, yeah, I'm the same. I'm terrible for advertising my own work.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
I can do critiques. Like, at uni I was fine, because it was like, this is what I'm here for. This is you're meant to be critiquing my work, so look at my work, tell me what's wrong with it, and I'll go fix that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, oh yeah, this is just my work, enjoy it,
about it,
do something with it, you know, my mind just gets blank.
Yeah, so it's like at the last Witter meeting, Sophie Lavender actually approached me because she was doing the Instagram. She's like, so what do you actually do? I was like, oh boy, I draw.
Yeah.
She's like, well, that's a start. I was like, yeah. And then she put up, like, the post of it was like, general artist person. I was like, yeah, I guess that's me. I'm not entirely sure myself, but...
I mean, I literally had that problem when I went to the Witter, because they gave us the little name tags.
Yeah.
And they were right down what you said, just for art stuff.
I think I wrote, like, illustrator and possum fan or something. Because Liz just ran up to me and was like, sticker, and I was like, oh no. Yeah, I didn't know what to do. Yeah. I think I lost it halfway through the night. Not that anyone could see it anyway, so it was like my hair was over it, and I was like, who are you? But yeah, that was a bit of a weird night. I really enjoyed it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And them guys are doing incredible work. I mean, I probably wouldn't be sat here right now if I didn't get involved in that, because they've just helped me out. I'm still bad at sharing and carrying on like Instagram and everything.
Oh yeah.
It takes me weeks to post something and everyone's like, where have you been? I'm like, I don't know, here's a picture of my cat instead.
Yeah. I do that. I kind of get sick. The worst one's when you kind of like on Facebook and Facebook tells you, oh, such and such hasn't heard from you in a while. And I'm like, I know, because I can't be asked to post anything, or I don't want to post it. Here's a picture of the wall. Enjoy it. It's what I'm staring at whilst I do nothing.
It's hard. It is.
It is. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the one drawback of doing art is that people are just terrible at presenting themselves.
But then I've seen like, say 18, 19-year-olds with like 20,000 followers. And I mean, I know followers, it's not a be all and end all, because I mean, obviously it helps with exposure, but like, you can stay humble about it. But I'm just like, I struggle to post one thing a week. How are you doing it every day while you've got school and a job? Like, it amazes me. I mean, kudos to those guys. Like, they're doing amazing things, but I'm like, teach me, please.
I think this is the one thing you never get taught. It's just like, here's how to promote. Like,
we never got taught that, you know. Or how to price artwork either.
Yeah.
That's the other big thing. Like...
But then I feel like there's been a change, like a shift in terms of like art and stuff of like, I don't know, how old are you?
I'm 22, I'm 23 next week actually.
Yeah. So yeah, happy birthday in prior next week.
Thank you.
But yeah, there's been a shift in the next, like the last maybe 5-10 years. So when I did art at school, it was always seen as something which you didn't show off.
Yeah.
It was kind of reserved. It was behind walls and in galleries and that kind of stuff, and you never really showed it off apart from like street art.
Yeah.
And then in the past few years, it's been like, no, show everything, do everything.
Definitely,
so
I agree with
there's
that.
like a whole generation who sat there going, no, I can't. Nobody wants to see that.
And I think it's like our generation is just like, but we're like in that middle ground now, whereas like probably like the old school artists in Lincoln all like do it in like St Martin's and the Usher.
Yeah.
And that terrifies me doing that now. I'm like...
See, I'm comfortable with doing that. If someone like said, oh, we need you to put something in a gallery, okay, I'm not sure why you want me to do this, but I can do it. But whereas if someone's like, no, just show me what you do, I'm like...
I feel I'm just terrified of both, to be honest. Yeah, just look me up on Instagram, it's safe there.
Sit on Instagram for a while. Until someone approaches you about your work and then just panic a little.
Yeah, it's just constant like panic being an artist. I think everyone's a bit mad. Like, I love it. I love the fact also that the artist community is growing in Lincoln, and it's just blown up over the past year. It's mad. I mean, there was nothing like this when I first moved here.
Oh no.
Let alone there wasn't much of a music scene either. Or I mean, spoken word was.
It was about.
Yeah. It just wasn't. I don't know, I didn't really know what it was at the time. Like, I thought it was just, you know, like slam poetry, like dog, cat, my feelings. I'm bad at poetry. But yeah, I like
original
hearing
poem from.
I keep getting approached by like Ron. He's like, "Oh, are you going to perform this evening?" I was like, "Ron, don't do this to me."
Ron's the best at just dragging people into everything he's doing.
And
every
he's
time
like,
I
will
speak, he
make
just
you
re-promotes
poets one
himself.
day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, good luck with that, mate. It's not happening. I mean, I don't know, write a poem about all the different words for bread I've heard in the past year. That's a lot. Lincoln is different.
Yeah. I mean, I've been here 8 years.
Yeah.
Now.
I'm coming into my 4th year.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
It's changed a lot. Like a lot of it's still the same, because that's the one thing I would say about Lincoln. Lincoln never changes. It's just Lincoln. Like, you can go away and come back and it looks like exactly the same, apart from the new bus station. But that's even so, you just like nothing's changed. But then you kind of like you look just underneath the surface. Like things are going on.
Yeah. It's all very like underground and a bit.
Yeah.
It's only if you know.
It's weird underground as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like heavily promoted underground.
But people are like, I should go to this, and then they're like, but where is that place again?
Yeah.
It is really strange, Lincoln. It's one of the strangest places I've ever lived in.
I got thinking about it the other day because I was trying to compare it to like the 80s and the punk scene and all that kind of stuff, and obviously that came out and then just evolved and got bigger and bigger, but it was never promoted. And then I was like thinking about every day, and I was like, well, ours is kind of like that, but it's not. It's like the most conservative way you could do punk possible.
Yeah.
Which is the only way you could do it in Lincoln, because it wouldn't accept anything else. Like, and that's a bad thing, but in a way it's a good thing.
Yeah,
it's progress.
It's great. I like that part. Like, I mean, for instance, like when I used to work at Roma, like people come in with leaflets and posters all the time, and it'd be for different events. Obviously, Nathan and his gang used to come in, and I'd be like, oh, I should go to that. And then I just ended up starting to go to events, just turning up, like, knowing people. They're like, oh, you should come. So I went along, and I was just like, this is like a completely different side to Lincoln that I've like not seen yet. And I'm proud to be a part of it now. Like, I love it. I mean, I haven't been to an event in a while because life, but I don't know, you just find like leaflets everywhere, and it's like, oh, spoken word night, or like exhibition of songwriters. I think I'm glad it's coming along now. Yeah. It needed to. It
just needs to keep that momentum, I think.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it, in a sense, I've seen it before.
Yeah.
With Lincoln. There used to be, when I was finishing uni, there was a lot of open mics. It was all acoustic artists.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Loads of singer-songwriters, and they were all coming out, and there was like, I think it must have been like 5 or 6 different open mics throughout a week. And then it just kind of faded away.
Yeah.
Because they all moved out of Lincoln when it did something different. It's like, that's the problem with Lincoln. It starts and then it just stops.
Because that's how I felt when I first came here. Because I used to, like, instead of going like clubbing and stuff, I just used to go to gigs, like local ones back home. And I came here, I was like, where is all the music? What is going on? And there'd be like, you know, the brewer always had stuff, but I didn't really know about the brewer till I was in like probably end of first year. Yeah. I was shocked. So I was like, for a city that's supposed to be like embracing like the arts and everything, there's nothing going on. What's happening? And
so where is home for you originally?
Bedfordshire.
Okay.
I'm from a small village near Milton Keynes, so there's a lot of you can go out on a night and you'll hear music somewhere.
Yeah.
It's all very like teen boys in bands, or like your dad doing a cover.
There's not enough teen boys in bands in Lincoln though. You don't see it. I mean, I'm originally from Scunthorpe.
Yeah.
And that it was just filled with boys in bands.
So, it is a bit. I did think that. Like, I knew a few who were in a band, like hearing it about, but they didn't seem to be going anywhere.
Yeah.
They do,
I think
like,
I've known 2
night.
bands who actively perform and aren't just like just making music. But it's usually, I think Lincoln, like, it's home to singer-songwriters.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like individual artists, but it's not very often you get groups of guys and girls just going out and doing band stuff.
And the only ones I've seen have been like middle-aged men just going for it.
There's
like,
a lot of middle-aged bands.
And it's all like
weird
covers of like Led Zeppelin and stuff.
I do kind of love that though.
I do. I think it's great. They're just having a great time. They look ridiculous, but you know they're having fun. So you're just like, yeah, I'm here for this.
We went to we were at Rogue Saint.
Oh yeah.
A few weeks ago, and we didn't realise there was going to be a band on, as you don't with Rogue Saint. I find you just kind of appear and there happens to be a band on. And then we were there, and there was just this middle-aged band, and we just kind of stood there, and they all looked completely different. It's like, your lead guy looked like he should be in a power metal band, the bassist looked like he should be in a punk rock band, one of them looked like an accountant, and we were just stood there like, I don't get how you came together.
I'd love to know.
I don't. We were debating for about a good half an hour before they went on. It was like, we don't know what music this is going to be. We can't place it. Like, this could be heavy rock, this could be blues, or they could do indie. And then they just played a bunch of indie covers, and we were just sitting there like, I just don't get this.
There was one like that at the Brewer a few weeks ago, and they just did covers. It might have even been the same one.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they were called because I kind of just appeared halfway through, and like. And there was like one guy, and he was like in his 20s on bass, and you could tell he was obviously like the son of one of.
Yeah.
But I was just like, this is the weirdest thing. Like, one of them was in a suit.
Yeah.
I was like, and the rest were all just like in, you know, casuals, I guess.
Yeah.
It was just, and like in the Brewer, I was like, what is going? I mean, the Brewer's had some pretty rare people in it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously I don't know his name, the one who Tinfoil Man.
Oh yeah, it's like Sonic something.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, but I love it. I don't know what to do. I'm like, do I dance?
I love it when I see him do like street stuff, and I just love watching other people watch him. Like, I don't understand.
I mean, it's also like, obviously Lincolnites know what's going on, or like people who live here, and then you see like tourists, they're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like, what is Lincoln? Like, I've heard it before. I've walked past him, and you've just hear like foreigner students, they're like internationals, and they were just like, why is this place so weird?
Yeah.
Like, we don't get this back home. No one would do that where I'm from. And they were just like complete, but they've been filming him the whole time, like on live
sending
Instagram.
Everyone what's happening. But then it's strange because, like, in Lincoln, you kind of see it and you're like, yeah, that's that guy. But if you went to, like, Leeds or somewhere, that'd be normal.
Yeah.
You know, you'd have, like, 10 of those guys. And it's like, well, I don't... Yeah.
Lincoln is... I think, obviously it's only, like, a city by default, isn't it? It is... I think it's like a village, isn't it? Where everyone knows each other and it's...
It's very small town village-esque with a cathedral.
With the small town village gossip everywhere. Like,
there's so much drama.
For what it is. Like, Lincoln needs to calm down. It's just too much.
It's so calm, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Lincoln's so calm that it just focuses on drama for no reason.
It's probably because there's not much else going on.
No.
It's like such and such just passed down the street again. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, you did that last week outside Marks and Sparks, guys. Come on.
This is just a casual day for us. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I think it's one of those strange places where it's a lot harder to get noticed as an artist.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's got the benefit of being a small pond. So if you do get noticed, it's like we saw, it's very quick. Suddenly the whole art group within Lincoln's like, this person, now let's focus on this person.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've met a few other more established artists, like Rosie Rockets. I met her at Witter. I don't know why I said it like that. Changing the pace.
That's definitely how I'm pronouncing it from now. Just
Witter.
Witter.
Yeah, and she's doing all sorts. Like, she had aluminium Iron Man made out of cans, and then she was doing like all this amazing like drawn stuff. I was like, how long you been going for? She was like, oh, a few years.
Yeah.
I was like, and now you're doing all this? She was like, yeah, it happens. And I'm just like completely bewildered with my prints I got last minute.
Yeah.
My little felt cactus just like, hi, I'm here for a good time. Everyone else has bought like full on originals, and I'm just like, hi everyone. I'm fresh out of uni.
That was great though.
No, I love the diversity there.
Yeah.
Like, there was so many different people. It was a bit weird for me, so I was just like, I obviously went in the corner. I
you could hide. Yeah.
I was safe there. No, I shared a table with another artist called Helen, and I mean, she does all sorts as well. Like, and we were just chatting the whole night, and she was just like, "You just look so scared. What's wrong?" And I was like, "I'm scared. That's it."
Yeah.
I mean, a few pints down, I was, chatting to everyone, and like, please come and buy my art. I want to buy pot noodles next week. Help me. It's all right. It was a very weird night. I really enjoyed it, but personally, I want to do something like that again. I'm actually trying to apply to Lincoln Zine Fest because I go every year. I love it. I love collecting everything. It's the same with the graduate show. Actually, I turned up to be like, I'm back. I haven't left, but I'm back. Just collecting all the art, talking to all the students. They're like, oh, when did you graduate? We were like, last year. And they were like, is this what happens? What are you doing now? And it's just like 9 to 5 job. I have no soul. And they all got scared. Yeah. Which I wanted.
That's good. They should be scared.
Yeah.
I love it, but... I mean, I did contemporary lens media at Lincoln. And I think it was about 3 years after I'd graduated, I went back and went to one of their shows. They're like, oh, yeah, so what do you do? And I'm like, I work a job. That's pretty much what I do.
You're like dead eyes.
I'm like, so you don't do anything like creative in Lincoln? I do my creative stuff, but nobody sees it. I'm just in Lincoln working a job. And they're like, so what advice do you have? I'm like, move somewhere else. Yeah. move to a city which actually has film and photography as their main focus.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, there isn't a lot of... I mean, I know a couple of people who do, like, independent films, but I don't know if that... I mean, it could kick off in the next few years. Who knows? It's Lincoln, like we've been saying. But yeah, it is all very heavily fine art and illustration. Yeah. Obviously, and then you've got, like, spoken word acting. But there's not a lot of the other areas of, like, photography, film, like you said. Like, I have noticed that. I mean, back home, there's a lot of that. I mean, you just walk through a park and there's people doing, like, a short film. Yeah. Or, like, I know quite a few people who I went to school with who are, like, animators now. Like, their own, not working for somebody, but it's just, they just do it in their own time. And I haven't seen anything like that in a while.
I think one of the main problems, especially from film-wise, is it's kind of the same with like bands.
Yeah.
You've not got that many locations you can show a film.
Yeah, that is true.
It's like we had the Ritz for a short while, which was
oh yeah, because the cinema shut down, didn't it?
And it's like that would have been great for a lot of independent people. And you've got the drill hall, but it's like it's very theatre. It's not go to the cinema, see a film, go see a new film or something like that. So it does restrict you heavily. So unless you're generating like that online presence, you just kind of lose out with it.
Well, I mean, that Mansion of the Future's opened up now,
Yeah.
so that could be a gateway for that.
Could be the gateway location.
That is actually a place in Lincoln, isn't it? I was just like, I know that place. It's the student accommodation, that's why.
But no, Mansions of the Future seems very interesting.
Yeah, obviously, I went the other week for the Witter cake meat talk thing, and they like did a PowerPoint. It was very strangely in a PowerPoint. Yeah, it was nostalgia was heavy.
There was not a lot of animations in that. I was going to be disappointed.
No, but unfortunately, there was no starburst slide transition.
That's a fail as an event. I'm
whoosh.
sorry.
Yeah, like they are doing all sorts. Like, I mean, there's a woman who was doing a scything workshop.
Okay.
Like with an actual proper
scythe.
one, like, and then the next minute there was like stitch and sew, and I was like, what is going on? Like, this is all sort. I mean, there's like, I just couldn't believe how much they wanted to do from everywhere.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's a short film that I don't know her real name, Ginny from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
She's now a director.
Yeah.
Who knew? And that was being shown in some hairdressers somewhere.
See, that's the thing. Like, that's a strange location to put a film on.
I did think that. Yeah. But then the next minute, I think they're trying to get what's the playwright called? Metamorphosis.
Oh, Kafka.
No, not that one.
No?
That's the wrong one. He didn't. Oh, I can't remember his name. But they're doing like a big playwright thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Next year though, so it's I don't even know if I'm supposed to be talking about it. Oh, they showed a PowerPoint.
Nobody listens to my podcast.
I don't know what to say to that.
That's fine. I love it when people are kind of like, I don't know if I should say that. I mean, when Sarah was on, she told the story about when she went to Lush and was rude to someone, and then she finished at the end. She's like, I can't believe I told that story. And I was like, it's fine. I don't think people will actually mind.
It's like therapy.
It's like a space within an hour where that moment occurred.
And now everybody knows.
Now everybody knows. And I'll highlight it, but no.
On your best ofs, just put that.
Yeah, just that one little moment. Focused. And tag you in it as well. So come on, Graham's podcast. He'll humiliate you in front of everybody else.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. No, I think it's again. I think I've been saying this for like 6 months. It's like it's an interesting time for Lincoln in terms of the art world.
It's scary, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, but I think it's again. Like my big worry is that it'll drift.
I think it's kind of our responsibility not to let that happen in a way. I think we've got some powerful as in like minded, and they've got the passion for it, but they just need to keep that lit, and they need to start. I mean, what amazes me is the age range as well. Yeah,
there's a huge age range in it.
I mean, it's amazing how many people are getting involved from all backgrounds, and it's just so communal, and it's like there's no judgment who you are, what you are. It's just all about what you do, and I really like that. Like, you know, it's just really interesting meeting so many people now.
Yeah.
Scary, but I'm enjoying it.
That's good. So when you did your course and whatnot, did you find there was a lot of variation between the people on that course? Because this is something which I found at uni was like, my course ratio wise, especially male to female, was predominantly male.
Oh no, it's definitely predominantly female.
But that's a strange thing I've found, because it's like I'm speaking to quite a few fine art friends, and a lot of those are more female.
Yeah.
And I find that quite interesting.
I think it might have even been the same on graphic design as well. That was a bit more. I think the ratio is a bit closer on that. Well, I know, I can't remember if it was like the new first years before I left or, yeah, it would have been actually, because I know some of the second year, well, now, graduating this year, gosh. Yeah, one of them, no lads at all, as far as I'm aware, unless anyone obviously identified us for that, because I didn't really know them, but I know during the interviews for my course there was a lot more guys.
Yeah.
I mean, in my interview group, I was the only girl. But with variation, I'm just trying to think, because obviously at Lincoln they try to push traditional a lot more.
Yeah.
Obviously the tutors rather, are a lot more old school. You know, they've been in the business for years. And then obviously we got a lecturer when I was in, he's also like a proper artist. I say that like my lecturers weren't, I'm sorry. Chris Roundtree, he was a printer, like etching and everything. His work is incredible, and it was really nice to have some young blood in that.
Yeah.
Like, not that having older tutors is a bad thing, but they were very set in their ways, which I know butted a lot of heads on my course.
Yeah.
Whereas I was just like, I'm going to do my own thing and not listen to anybody, hide in the print room. But yeah, a lot of people did fight the power with the whole traditional thing, because I think in the end, most of it was digital.
Yeah. I mean, I've found that quite a few times. I think every course I found, especially, so, like GCSE, that was completely prevalent. Both my art teachers were very, like, traditional painting.
Yeah.
Do this is
we
how,
didn't
this is
we
how
didn't
you
even
are.
have Photoshop at my school.
No,
Well, we did,
we
but no one used it.
But then I'm old, so it wasn't a prevalent thing. But then like college was weird because I had a couple of hippies for a teacher, but again it was quite traditional fine art.
Then you get like thrown into it at uni, and it's like.
But then even at uni, because again I think because I did photography, a lot of it was this is how you take a photograph. You can do whatever subject you want, but there's a very strict rule on how you take a photograph and how you should display a photograph, and I hated that. And I think there's a huge disparity between like courses and people of how they kind of go along with that.
Yeah, it was very much like that. Just trying to think. There was a few people that were through and through traditional. I mean, I did a bit of digital when I could, but as soon as I got into screen printing and printing in general, I just couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy painting. I mean, I haven't done a painting in so long because I love it, but it just takes so much time.
Yeah.
And I think also my problem is I can't sit and stare at a screen all day. Like I just feel like part of my soul go, and I don't understand why people do that. Because I'm sat there like my eyes are burnt in to the back of my head now. Like, you know, glasses marks proper heavy on my face. I'm just like, how do people do this day in and day out? Like, even I mean, recently I got an iPad, so I'm in.
See that I'm gunning for an iPad because I hate sitting at a desktop and drawing.
Procreate is the best thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
The Apple Pencil is incredible. It's just like drawing on paper. Like the thing is with the like bamboo tablet and all that, the gap is actually not as good.
Yeah.
So there's actually more of a gap between the pen and the tablet, so it doesn't have that kind of paper feel, and it just comes so naturally. Just like it's not like a Cintiq. I still hate them.
Yeah.
They're massive. I'm like, there's too. I like little. I mean, but that bearing in mind when I did fine art in like A level and everything, I was doing like A1 size paintings, and I came to uni, I was like, I don't go any bigger than A3. And we had to do a billboard project, and it was like a bizarre size. It was nearly A2, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
It was just too much for me. I was like, that is so much space to fill. I ended up doing a screen print for it, so it was pretty easy to fill the space in the end. But there's people doing like full-on paintings that size. I was like, what are you doing?
I always forget about size.
Yeah.
Like I think because I'm a lot of the illustration I do is traditional stuff.
Yeah.
Do a lot of traditional stuff, and then I digitize it and then add to it. But I like to keep all like the traditional lines and mistakes because
that's what makes it. Yeah.
But yeah, like I never think about size. I'm like I just do A4 and then I blow it up. Or I shrink it
don't
down.
mind doing that. Like doing it on the computer, I'm like I can't see how big the page is going to be until I print it out or whatever. And I mean, I know when I submitted to Esoterica, because I do that sometimes when I remember. I'm sorry, Nathan, forgot again. I actually didn't know it was June, to be honest. He was like, yeah, it's June next week. I was like, it's June? He was like, yeah, it's June 2nd, Shann. What are you doing? I was like, oh, I thought it was like halfway through May still, but sure. But yeah, I sent him a thing. He was like, Shannon, JPEG's crap. I was like, I did it on Procreate. Looked it up and it was like A6. I was like, oh, when did I make that size? Because I was just like, add new page, yeah, I'm on it, I'm going to draw. So yeah, I that's the thing I think with digital as well.
Yeah.
You don't have that feel for the paper.
No.
Because I enjoy going from traditional to digital as well. It's safe.
My issue's always like, because I've just got bamboo.
Yeah.
Plug-in bamboo, and I hate the fact that I can't just pick it up.
Yeah.
And turn around. And like that's why
because
I
then you
want
cause
an iPad.
all
Because then
sorts of
like
problems.
when I sketch, I'm always like, and
we're like, you can spin the page around and
do
stuff.
This, and it's like, having to learn shortcuts for all of that has just been awful.
It is.
Like,
I mean, now in my new job, I'm using like InDesign and everything a lot more.
I've never touched InDesign.
I have never rage quit so hard. I had to go outside. I couldn't cope. Like, I spent ages on a client's thing and it just shut down.
Yeah.
It didn't save. Adobe, what are you doing to me? Like, I don't
understand Adobe. Like, I don't understand how they make programs which are so hard to learn, and I'm just like, it's almost like you know that your market is artists, and yet you make it the most technical thing in the world. It should be the most easy to use program.
I just want to draw a line on Illustrator, but I can't do that without learning how to use the pen tool. But oh wait, it went squiggly. That's not a line. It's a squiggle.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that. And then you're like, Control-Z everything, and I can't cope it. Like, pen and paper, it's safe. You make a mistake, oh boy.
Yeah.
You know, it's part of your artwork now. Colour it in. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, no, there's just a line there. It's cool. I'll just put 20 lines over the top of it. Nobody will know that was over there. That's the easiest way to do it.
Like, I used to draw in biro a lot, and everyone was like, Shannon, what if you make a mistake?
I love drawing in biro.
But I'm like, I like that. Yeah. I like the fear of, oh, this could go wrong. And then it does, and I've cried.
I always find it interesting, like, I mean, like, I look at, so, like, Mel's work, where she uses very thick lines, and she uses very bold lines. I can't do that. I have to have sketches, I have to have sketch lines, and there's always going to be that one little line which escapes, because I just can't do, like, the whole graphic
I don't
style.
know how she does it as well. Yeah. It's you can see it, though. You look at her, and you're like...
Yeah, that works.
She's bold, like, with her, like, amazing shirts and everything. Mel praise. But it's like, when you look at eyes and then you look at their work, you're like, sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if people, I don't know. I've seen your work. I could say your work fits you.
So I never thought the whole style thing.
Yeah. How would you describe your style? As a terrible question.
Everyone used to say that at uni, like, oh, I don't have a style yet. And it's like, you do, that's your work.
Yeah. You just don't know if you've developed it.
As style, to me personally, because it's just like, it's your work, it's you. Yeah. Yeah. On paper, I don't know how to describe my style.
I know people, it's like, see, I always think of it as I don't have a style, but I blatantly do because I mainly work in black and white and I know to do sketchy things, so it's like, that's what I do. But then I always think people choose themes more than styles, and people choose and work along their, like, their interesting themes. And it's like, I mean, I do a lot of stuff which is based in, like, philosophy and existentialism and all that kind of stuff, even if it's just like silly stuff. It's usually got a little bit of a root in that, even like Potato Boy and shit like what I'm doing. But like, yeah, so where do you place yours? Like, what would your themes be?
I'm really into like mythology and folklore. Okay. Really into like Dante's Inferno and everything. I really want to do something more about that because it's one of my favourite pieces. But then I end up drawing, like, I get really fixated on things sometimes and I can't stop drawing it. Like, recently the whole possum thing, which I'm now known for, oh boy. I don't mind it, they're beautiful. Yeah. They're gross, but they're beautiful. I like also, like, quite gross, like, surreal stuff. I don't know if surreal's the right word. Like, I'm really inspired by, like, kind of lowbrow art and stuff like that. And, like, I don't know, drawing, you know, like, say, characters from everyday... you know, like household names and just putting them in weird places. I mean, I haven't done that for a while, but I used to do that a lot at uni, you know. Yeah. But then I can go from that to just screen printing, and obviously that is its own method in its own way.
See, I find it interesting that you kind of you saying like you do sketchy stuff, but then you can move to screen printing so easily, because I found a real problem with it. Because I tried, I literally, a few years ago I started doing t-shirts, or trying to do t-shirts, and I took my like sketches or my finished pieces, or what I'd call a finished piece, to a screen printer and was like, can we do these? And it's like, no, they won't work. They're just not going to show up. And I was like, but this is how I like it.
It is hard because it's the transition you've got to think about. Obviously, the different meshes. I'm not going to get too technical because it would do everyone's head in. It's like you got to think about how it's going to transfer.
Yeah.
That's always got to be in your head, and obviously you got to end up either doing acetate or oiling up a photocopy because it has to be completely black for the screen to process, and it is hard. Like I normally just do it black ink on acetate with like a brush, because then it's still. You've still got the like unique lines, you know, you make a mistake, it's there.
Yeah.
That will be on your piece, which I like. It's still like using a pencil.
Yeah.
But obviously like that is the thing, like you could do the most beautiful sketch, but you try and transfer it.
Yeah.
I've had this problem. I've been there, I've had the tears, been told off by the printing room.
Yeah. Like,
Shannon, you did it again. I'm like, it was worse at uni because I was paying for Illustrator and Vectorizer.
Yeah. No.
And then I found out I could just draw onto acetate, and I was like, why wasn't
I see. I'd never even thought. Like, I mean, I've done like laser prints onto acetate, and that was how I kind of got around it. It was like, I'll make it very black, I'll print it onto acetate, and I'll expose that, and that'll work.
Yeah, that does work. That is one way of doing it, but the thing is, with like really delicate lines, they won't show up, and it's heartbreaking because you could have the most beautiful piece, and you ain't gonna get it printed. And it's also with different layers. So if you have like 4 colours, you got to think about every shape. That is that colour. Yeah. And that's got to be completely black.
It's thinking about layers. Like the amount of gradients I just accidentally put in, and I'm like, yeah, that works. And then I'm like, no, it's on the same layer.
Yeah.
That's never going to expose, or it's just going to fuck up.
That's the other, like, if I was doing it in Photoshop, I'd accidentally...
I do that all the time.
Start drawing on the same layer.
Yeah. And then you're going to realise halfway through. And you're like,
either that or you start drawing on the background and you want it to... I can't. It breaks my heart. And that's what I used to do that when I went to go and screen print. I'd take it down and I'd be like, Shannon, you've done this all on the same layer. You need to...
It's got to be separate.
And I was just like, don't tell me I have to spend 10 hours.
Yeah.
10.
That's why I can't... In some ways I can't deal with graphic designers. Because they naturally do that. And
it's frustrating. It's like,
so
how?
Good at it. And it's like, you're gonna hate everything I hand you.
I do find that, like, when I used to speak to design students, they'd be like, "Oh, you guys on illustration are really weird." I'm like, "Oh, so we're not cool and hip like the graphic designers." And it was that. It was like a very big rivalry because they'd be like doing like all their beautiful typography on the computer. There's me with a brush pen, like fucking shit up. Like I will do my typography my way, and they're like, but that's not typography. I'm like, it is. Sit down. And then they'd be even more weirded out by the fine artists who were like our weird cousins in the, you know, you'd see someone, for instance, a girl, bless her, bit of a hardcore fine artist, if I do say so, just butt naked outside the uni. I was in the print room at the time, just pottering away at my 3rd year work crying. Anyway, the print room tech was the only first aider. Yeah. She runs out the room with like a foil blanket and everything. I was like, the girl's dead. It's November. She's butt naked on the floor. She went into shock. And it was for a performance art piece. I don't know what it was about. I mean, kudos for her for staying outside for 2 hours in November. Yeah. But then everyone was like, so is that like the line between fine art and illustration? You guys just don't get butt naked? I was like, well. No,
so you've not seen much illustration.
I mean, like one of my really good friends, Jess, she went through a sex toy phase at uni, just drawing sex toys. Now she, like the tutors were like, oh, you're never going to make money off that. It's too niche, it's too niche. Now she's getting approached by like bloggers, had a blog post written about her, and it's like, that was our final show. Yeah. You know, just big old, she did an orgy scene. That was interesting. I was like, yeah, just go for it. Freak out the tutors, do it. And anyway, my mum was looking at it. She was like, oh, this is interesting. And I was like, oh, God, it's like a full-on orgy. She was like, what's that? And I was like, Mum, let's go over here. Please stop looking at it. And she's like, is this what you all do? I was like, yeah, there's a few of us who do that. The rest of us just roll like cats and stuff. But it was weird. It was a weird time, uni. I look back at it now and I'm like, why was I so stressed out all the time?
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad, I think.
I don't know. I don't know if it's personality types get adapted to things or whether you kind of just do it. Like, I don't know if anyone's who is a fine artist, like, could have been a graphic designer if they'd gone down, like, a different path.
Yeah, I do.
Or whether their personality would have just forced them into, like, fine art.
I do consider that. So I nearly did fine art.
I nearly did advertising.
Oh.
That was almost, like, what I wanted to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very different.
Yeah. I mean, I was almost a lawyer at one point as well. But...
Yeah, I nearly went into English literature.
Yeah.
But then...
It's a strange... I don't know if I'd have been happy doing advertising. I'd have had money. But...
Yeah, that's the thing. Would you be happy? It's weird, isn't it? Like, you think to yourself, what if I did something different?
Yeah. I mean, one of my main things I love about when I do stuff is that I can hand it to people and they hate it because it doesn't obey certain rules and stuff like that.
It is
like
fun.
With graphic design. It's like, get a graphic designer, show them some typography you've made. It's like, but it's not kerned correctly. And I'm like, I know. That's the whole point. And they're like, yeah, but you can't do that.
I just did it.
Yeah.
Watch me.
But then you go see fine artists, it's like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put a brand logo on it. And like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, because I can.
I feel like illustrators are like just the annoying ones in the art world. They're like, I'm going to do this, and no one's going to tell me I can't. And you got the other people like, you can't. You're like, I'm doing it. I'm doing the bad thing. Yeah. It's happened. Yeah. And I love that. Yeah. I love doing really annoying shit. In my illustration, I used to get moaned out all the time at uni for. Oh, there's too much black in there. You can't just draw in black, Shann. I'm like, oh, it's there now. Yeah. Oh, make the key lines blue instead. No, they're black. Why do they need to be black? Because they're black.
Yeah. It's just happening one way or another. I feel like if your work's not trolling someone a little bit, it's failing.
Definitely.
If you're showing it to someone and everyone's like, yeah, this is good, I like this, and everyone agrees, I'd be like, no, this is a failed piece.
I need to change.
Even though it's annoying me now, and that's not my intention of my own artwork. I've got to escape that. Got to do something else. Yeah. I definitely feel like maybe that's the key to kind of Lincoln's art scene of it, is it's quite polite. Lincoln's art scene, it's very polite, and it always has been. And even though it's kind of very in your face at the moment, it's still very polite to the point where people can come and see it. I'm like, no, maybe we just need to push back a little bit.
Get a bit more punk.
Yeah. Maybe not even more punk. I did a project in uni where, like, a friend of mine, Mikey, he's great. He'll do anything you ask him to. So I put a white bag on his head, and then I put him on the street.
Yeah.
And I photographed him in different locations. We went to HMV and we just put a bag on his head and I took a photograph. We went to Tesco's, put a bag on his head. And I remember going to my uni crit and they were like, do you feel like you could get away with this in any other city? Like, because nobody was looking at him. Nobody was interested, just trying to ignoring it. And I was just like, no, honestly, I don't. Like, if I'd have done this in Sheffield, we'd have got hassle. If we'd gone to Leeds, someone would have said something.
We've been arrested. Something
would have happened. Because you can't just put a bag on someone's head and put them on the street.
I love it.
But in Lincoln, it's there. Because everyone was just like, be polite about it. You know, I'm not getting involved in what they're doing.
I think there's a lot of weirder things going on in Lincoln, to be honest.
Yeah.
There always is. You do something weird, you're like, that's a bit weird. And no one looking, and you're like, I just did that thing.
Yeah. And
then they're looking at someone else 10 minutes down the road, it's like, out-weirded me again. Oh boy.
It's very hard to make Lincoln react, I find. You've got to do something
full on outrageous.
You've just got to like spray paint the cathedral. Like that's the kind of thing. But it's weird. Like you can do anything weird you want as long as it doesn't mess with the heritage of Lincoln.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It was like because we had those those horses, like those plastic horses with knights on the back. And it's like, they were fantastic, you know? There was art, they were all creative, and then two guys stole one and threw it in the Brayford. And I was like, in a way, I kind of loved it. It was like, that's brilliant. How? Because they hadn't thought of it. Like, they just hadn't thought that someone would nick a horse.
Yeah, it was quite a feat. I remember I saw it on the Lincoln Eye, and I was like, they did it.
Yeah.
It happened. Because I kept saying, I'm surprised no one's nicked one of these yet. My boyfriend was like, no, it wouldn't happen. It's Lincoln, isn't it? Ended up happening. I was like, see, someone did the thing.
You can't put a plastic horse in the middle of a town centre and not expect someone to steal that.
Well, they were all getting vandalised as well at one point. I was just like,
well, there was the
what
one,
do you expect?
There's the one near House of Fraser, and they put like a sign up which says "Do not climb." I'm like, this horse is in direct route to Walkabout and 4 other pubs and nightclubs. If you're expecting nobody to climb this, you are very naive.
I did think
your sign is not going to do anything.
Poor placement, Lincoln. Damn it.
But correct placement at the same time.
I did, one night while I was walking back from work, I did see some football hooligans on it, and I was like, yeah, that's going to happen. I'm going to turn a blind eye, it's not my problem.
I mean, it's like if you put that in like Liverpool, they'd have just made it sturdy enough to carry people. They'd be like, this is going to happen. People are going to climb this, so we're just going to make it strong. It's like, yeah, that's what you do.
I mean, I did feel bad for like the artists who have spent hours on them and then ended up in the Brayford.
That is the
sad
sad part, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it was going to happen. Come on, Lincoln. Come on, listen. It's going to happen again the next.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, we've got those wings.
Yeah.
There's the red arrow wings, and there's the wall monument at the top, which has been vandalised a couple of times since it went up.
Of course.
I'm sorry, but you're not planning for these things. You're being very outraged about something which was kind of expected, and I don't quite get that.
But I mean, God forbid, if someone touched the cathedral, it is like...
It kind of makes me want to do it more. That's the annoying thing. Like, part of me is just like, yeah, I should probably do something like that.
Someone's going to listen to this now
and
come around to your house. This guy wants to vandalise
If something happens, do not come to me. I don't know, I feel like... It's like a strange thing of, I think, artists, because I've had a discussion with a few artists who want to do like guerrilla stuff, and it's like, and they get scared of doing it. And I mean, like the same with like No Point, when we were saying earlier, just like, when I leave them in places, I'm like, I'm technically littering.
Yeah.
That's technically what this is. I could be fined for that quite easily. I've been doing it for a year. You know, that stacks up. I go to other people's shops and leave my product. That's quite, and I was like, at the same time, I don't care. And then there's other people who will completely not do anything because they're very afraid of it. And I'm like, just do it, especially in Lincoln.
I've been wanting to do something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, a stunt of some kind. I don't know.
But then that's the thing. It'd have to be beyond weird, because it's Lincoln.
Yeah.
It'd have to be outrageous to a point where. Because I feel like you could do whatever you wanted as long as you didn't insult Lincoln's heritage. I feel like you could put like I don't know, just a ball of meat, just on the high street,
probably get taken.
With some conceptual meaning, and just put it there. Lincolnite
well,
run a story on it.
There is the Lincoln art ninjas, isn't there?
There is,
like
yeah.
Googly eye.
They do
everything.
all kinds of things, and I'm like, nobody bats an eyelid.
So I see it sometimes. Like I saw like a little pebble that had been painted. I was like, they strike again. And like the little yarn bombing they did as well. I was like, there needs to be more stuff like this. I want to find weird shit on the way to like the shops, like googly eyes on things. I love that thing. Yeah. I used to see it a lot in London. I'd be like,
did they yarn bombed the tank thing on that roundabout? It's like as soon as it went up, they did it, and I thought that was brilliant.
And then everyone moans about those damn artists. Oh, God forbid,
yarn. But again, it was very polite.
They
put scarves on people.
Yeah. Like, I thought it was really cute.
It was cute.
But yeah, I don't know. Lincoln is
something impolite. That's the hashtag we should start. Lincoln is, and then just leave it to the world.
Could be the statement.
You could.
Lincoln we don't have to destroy things. Maybe.
I don't know.
Yet again, this is not evidence.
No. We are in no way culpable for our actions or whatever happens. Any events happening are completely coincidental. So with your art stuff, what's your next thing? Or do you have a next thing?
Well, I recently did
Apart from vandalising the cathedral.
I recently did a piece for Esoterica. I did a Medusa, and so now I'm going to do some mythical ladies. Drew up a harpy a few weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah, it was that long ago. Damn, I should really pick that up. But basically, I want to just tweak the Medusa a bit because I'm not happy with it. I look back at my art sometimes, I'm like, I could have done this though. And so I'm going to actually do that this time. I'm not going to cut it, I'm going to do it.
You're going to redo it.
So I'm going to make like a little series of that. I also want to do a few zines. Going to do one based on my cat, because he's a complete knob.
Nice.
But I love him. But it's going to be very, what's the word? Like, I want to do a lot of kinetic stuff in it, like his movements, because he is an erratic little shit. I'm allowed to swear on this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
I don't edit this at all. So.
Oh, great. I don't blame you. Like, editing is awful. But yeah, I'm gonna do a few zines because I've been wanting to do that. And then I've just got like commission work to do. I mean, I've been like down on a couple recently because they didn't want to pay me. Oh boy. But yeah, I'm trying to come up with things. I mean, I sent over a thing to Plastic Brain actually. So that might turn up in an issue. I can't remember what Richard said. I think he said yes. But I'm hoping to go to Lincoln Zine Fest this year. I still haven't heard back from them, so if I don't, I'll go there anyway. Yeah. I like to collect.
I felt like an imposter at Lincoln Zine Fest.
It is a bit...
Because my zine's not... It's not a zine. Like, it's not a proper zine. It's just something I do. And I kind of turned up and all mine were free, and everyone else is like, getting paid for their nice work. And I was just like, no, these are free. Take whatever the fuck you want.
But like, that's the whole point in zines, isn't it? It was like the way of getting art out at like a low cost, and not it cost anyone else. So that's why I was a bit like, because I went somewhere, I can't remember where I was now, and like this guy was selling his zines for like a tenner. I mean, it was a thick old one, and I was like, oh, fair enough, he wants to make money, but I'm like, £10 for like photocopy.
Yeah.
Booklet, and I just couldn't get my head around it because I was like, that isn't what zine culture was about. It's about making everything accessible and underground and within a community. So I feel like I don't mind when I always give money to people anyway. Even if it's pay as you feel, I'll give them a couple of quid because I know obviously printing costs and all that and the time they put in it. But like, I don't know, I'm a bit about making people pay for zines.
Yeah.
I think I'd do the whole pay as you feel.
Yeah. I think that's the nicest way to do it. I think with something like a zine fest, I feel like if your zine is free or pay as you feel, and then you have your artwork next to it, it's like, oh, these are actual prints and stuff, which I do, so you get paid for. But then like your zine should be. I mean, I understand if the zine's in like full colour and stuff. I get that. But, but then that was your choice.
I mean, I understand people need to make money.
Yeah.
But I was just a bit like, okay. Yeah. That's not what it's about. Sure. I didn't want to be like, these are the rules, but it was just what I knew. I
found it very interesting, like the Zine Fest. So again, like we saying with like the artist market stuff, it's like there's completely different levels. Like people have been doing it for like years, have a full colour copy print and stuff, and then there's people who just started doing it or do it like handmade still.
Yeah.
It's like, that's nice.
It is, like, the last one, there was like a girl who was selling like full-on risograph prints, and I was blown away because I've always wanted to do riso.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in at Dizzy Ink in Nottingham.
Alright, yeah.
Because I need to play. So my friend went at uni, I was like, that looks incredible, I need it.
Yeah.
I actually looked up to see how much they were. They're a lot of money. Yeah. But there's nowhere in Lincoln that does it, that I know of.
No.
I did ask around, but everyone was like, what is that? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, Shannon wants to do a weird printing again. Yeah. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to this year's Zine Fest.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else going on. I just kind of do things in dribs and drabs, like when I've got time. Full-time life.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta squeeze it into all your little bits.
It's a bit easier now. I'm not working in hospitality anymore. I miss it because obviously all the connections made in my old job, like I miss that. 9 to 5's a bit bizarre.
It's a bit bizarre, but I think because I mean I do essentially 9 to 5, but you kind of, it's bizarre, but it gives you more of a structure to fit things in.
Yeah.
Because you're always like, I've always got this gap.
Like the weekends.
Yeah.
Of having weekends off is wonderful.
Yeah.
I actually get. I might even do some drawing this weekend. I need to do some drawing.
This weekend.
Well, that's what I mean, like with Esoterica, because I missed out a lot on that because of working.
Yeah.
which was upsetting because I love doing work for those guys, because that's another one, because it's not just a printed zine, is it? It's online with like music it's that I find a bit, I don't know. I think it's just a really cool concept, like getting all sorts of artists. That's what I'm liking as well.
Yeah. Things which involve multiple things and
because that can inspire like other people. I think.
I mean, there's like, so everyone's finishing uni at the minute. I think that's a decent approach for when you finish uni. Is just get involved as many things as possible. That's
literally what I did. Because I ended up staying here, of course. Like, a lot of my friends moved back home. Yeah. And now they're like, Shannon, how are you getting involved in this? And I was like, well, I stayed here.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, it's a bit different. So if you've gone back home to a village, not much is going on. And I'm like, oh, you know so many people that are Miss Popular. Like, oh. And I'm like, well, it's literally just for you networking.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets a bit much sometimes when I see about 5 people I know in the street and I'm just like, I just want to go to Sainsbury's. But that has really helped. Yeah. Like, honest to God, I think without that, I don't know, I don't think I would have carried on.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always wanted to stick with the whole illustration thing just to prove people wrong. I can be an artist, Mum. Yeah. Don't need to do psychology at uni. Yeah, that nearly happened as well. And then I started skipping psychology class to hang out in the art room with the tutors, because I was that one. Yeah, we had our own cupboard.
Nice.
With a chair in it. That was my cupboard. That's how sad it got. It was my little drawing cupboard. I didn't invite my friends in. We'd be like drawing when we were supposed to be in English.
Yeah.
Probably, actually, no one would listen to this where I'm from. This is when I get like an email from one of my old school teachers.
What did you say?
Nothing. They knew.
Never happened. Yeah. But
no. I had a doctor's appointment. I did.
Yeah. Definitely. I think, in a way, like, it's interesting, kind of, because I hate networking. I hate it. I hate the term networking as well.
Yeah, it sounds dry.
It's very. It makes you think of like business networking events.
Yeah.
So like you go, you give your business card, you talk about what you do, and I hate that. Every aspect of that, I hate that. But networking doesn't necessarily have to be like that.
Yeah. I just do it through talking a lot, because I babble.
Like, attend an event, talk to one person, and that's all you need to do.
Because I actually went to one. It was at the Shed, or the Swan, whatever it's called now.
The place I'm not allowed in. I'm too old now. They won't let me.
I went to one and it was like the creative network, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go. I dragged a couple of my course mates along with me. I was like, let's go to this and get some contacts. Nearly all of them were like media students. That was already, I was like, no, out my depth. These guys actually go to proper uni campus. We're across the street in our cosy little building away from everyone. Yeah. And we went along and a guy was like, oh, can you draw something for my media project? And we turned around and was like, well, can you pay us? And they were like, oh no, actually, I thought it was going to be for free. And we just kind of all looked at each other like, okay.
Yeah.
This other guy had like gold foiled business cards and everything. And I was like, where are we? These guys, most of them were like second years as well. I was like, how have they got time to do this? So we all just sat there, exchanged contacts, never heard from them again.
Yeah.
So we were like, maybe next time don't put creative, put media fobs, you know, like, it was very business network, because that put me off for ages, like telling anyone I did anything.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got to Rome, I opened my mouth a couple of times about being an illustrator, and everyone wouldn't leave me alone after that. Like, I think Nathan was the one who kind of kick-started it, really. Got chatting to him, and obviously I knew Mel. I can't remember how we met. I think we just got chatting on Twitter, because she knew a girl I went to uni with. And she did a talk in our first year, but quack happened. I didn't go. So I didn't actually. I think I just met Melly over like social media, and then she was another one who just kind of was like, "No, do this."
Yeah.
And it was like, I was like, "Okay, I'm doing it now," and then I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
It's weird. I still find it really strange, like, calling myself an artist, because I feel like a bit of a fraud, because I barely produce anything.
No, I completely get that. I kind of understand. Yeah, I think, but then I think everyone does that.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that from other people.
It's one of those things where you see people and they're like posting all the time or something like that, and then you speak to them like, yeah, I haven't done anything in months. I'm like, so what are you posting? It's like, it's just stuff I've got laying around. I've done ages ago. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty.
But then there are actually people who draw every day, and I'm like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, oh, why don't you just post some of your old uni work to make it a bit more lively? I was like, no, that stuff has been and gone, friend.
Yeah, I have a habit of burning my old work.
Oh, mine's just
like
in a portfolio. I don't know where the portfolio is.
I have a portfolio under my bed, and it's got college and uni in it. And every so often I go through it, and I take out like 4 or 5 pieces, which I'm like, no, this is crap, and I don't want this. And then I just get
cathartic.
But it's terrible at times because people ask me about it. I'm like, yeah, that's gone. That doesn't exist anymore.
See, I'm a hoarder. I'm like, I might need this in like 10 years' time, and then I have never needed anything. Apart from what I did throughout my life drawings.
Yeah.
No. Awful.
I think there's something very cathartic about burning your own work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when everyone left their GCSEs and they were just burning all over it, like revision notes. That was a good time. Just burning things.
I think, yeah, that's a good rule. Yeah. At some point, you've got to destroy something you've worked hard on.
It makes you stay humble.
Don't know about that. Get dragged away and you're only say, yeah, this is important, burn. Why are you burning it? Because it's important. Real humble guy. I think that's a good point to kind of bring it around to of burning things, but also kind of guide to what to do to when leave uni, of where to go with it. Because I think a lot of people do panic about what to do after uni. I
didn't do anything for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then it was really refreshing to hear everyone else in my course hadn't done anything, apart from like 2 people, but they were crazy and always worked. And I was just like, I'm normal. This is normal.
It's natural to finish uni and stop.
I just didn't draw for 6 months. It was bizarre. And then I picked up a pencil again. I was like, how do I do this? Yeah. And then I got my iPad, and that's what kind of got me back into it. So I was like, I can just take this on the go and do my own thing, which is the other good thing about that. I mean, sketchbooks, they're good, but I mean, I've got a chunky pencil case full of everything. Get out on the train, it's everywhere. Yeah. So
I think that's a good guide. You just got to keep meeting people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary, but you got to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm the most anxious being, and I just babble at people. They're like, oh, you were the weird one I met the other night. I'm like, yeah, I might have been a bit drunk too, but it's fine. I haven't got a problem.
No. It's in hand. Usually in both.
And they're like, every artist I meet in Lincoln's really weird. So that's just
artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just what we are.
I think if you meet an artist and they seem normal, there's something suspicious. Like if you meet an artist who can do the business side of it, something's wrong. Like that's a worrying thing.
The ones who are erratic, I trust them.
It's very on your sleeve of what's happening.
Little ball of chaos.
Yeah, this is fine. You're on fire, but that's natural for you.
It's
that's
fine,
the natural state. Yeah.
A lot of fire talk right now.
Not related to the cathedral, though, honestly. Either way, thank you for coming on, Shann.
Thank you for having me.
About your art and whatnot.
I'm babbling. It's the coffee.
It's definitely the coffee.
Yeah, I haven't had one all day, so that's probably why it hit me hard.
And I do tend to make it stronger.
Good. Yeah. I like that.
There's the great. I don't know if you watched the one with Gemma in it.
I haven't yet. I need to go through them.
Watch the one with Gemma in it, because she has too much coffee, and by the end of it, she's a bit jittery.
Oh no!
And she went home and had to have a nap because she over coffee.
Down.
It's a different experience for everybody. But thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been great.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.